Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Love a good cup of coffee, don't you? Um, I'm doing a D&D Advanced Dungeons and Dragons AD&D story. It's actually a hack. It's called a flashlight. I got a lot of good friends in D&D, and I've learned a lot from them. Even when I'm the dungeon master, I learn from my players. In Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, much of the game is spent underground with your player characters, exploring catacombs, long forgotten temples, dragons' lairs, other underground civilizations, that kind of thing. Many races in the game have what is called infravision, which allows them to more or less see in the dark. If you are running a human, the underground is very, very dark. Consequently, many players spend a lot of coinage on light sources, like torches, lanterns, oil, that kind of thing. Many spellcasters have the ability to alleviate this cost with their spells. There is a spell called Light. It's a first level magic user spell. I'm not sure who else has it. But there's a more advanced version of that called Continual Light. That's the one I'm talking about today. It's a second level magic user spell for clerics and illusionists. It's a third level spell. Years ago, one of my players contracted with a mining company to supply light for their human miners to work. A lot of people employ dwarves or gnomes or whatever because they have infravision and they work well underground. And that is smart. I'm not disputing that. But if you're a human colony, you have human miners, and human miners can't see in the dark, so they need light. Consequently, lots of money spent on oil and torches and lanterns and like that. One of my players decided he was going to make a little money. He bought 100 lanterns, and the book price for a lantern is 7 gold. I charged him 10 gold pieces each. He began casting continual light on the wicks. These lanterns used no oil, and they worked forever. It was just like daylight all around them in a pretty big area of effect. He sold these to the mines at 200 gold pieces each, and the mines were glad to get them because they didn't have to spend money on oil for the lanterns. Every lantern requires X amount of oil. He made a huge profit. Paid 10 per, selling them for 200 per. Yeah, 190 gold per. Yeah. He would have made even more money using torches instead of lanterns because a torch book price is 1 copper piece. Many players do this. They'll take a torch and they'll cast, continual light on it, and you've got a torch that puts out great light and lasts forever. A lot of players do that. That's not new. That's nothing new. However, my friend Gerald, really, really good friend of mine, check out my video on druids. He's the guy who turned into the polar bear and walked away. He had a great idea. In the game, they have what are called scroll cases. In the game, they have a lot of scrolls, maps, that kind of thing. It's kind of a byproduct of the game. So, they have what are called scroll cases. Bone scroll case is essentially, they have made of different things. The bone scroll case is essentially a shin bone of some kind of an animal. And it's hollowed out so that a map or a scroll can fit inside. And there, you put a cork stopper in it. It's great. You can seal it with wax or whatever if you really, really want to make it watertight. But anyway, these bone scroll cases cost 5 gold pieces as per the book, and they're easy to get. They're pretty handy. If you buy a bone scroll case, you can down deep inside the thing, way down on the bottom, you can cast continual light. Or have a cleric or somebody cast continual light into the very bottom of the thing. The light shines out the end just like a flashlight. And basically, if you want to turn it off, you take the cork and stick it in the end. So you have a light source forever that you can turn off and, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And it works just like a flashlight. I've had players do that and then tie the flashlight to their helmet so that if they ever need it, they're walking along and they pull the cork out and now they've got a light wherever they look. It's nice. And what's nice about it is there's no heat source, so it doesn't ruin infravision. Yeah, it's pretty nifty. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons has tons of these little hacks that you can do, and I'm not going to talk about a few of them, but you can do some more on your own. All you got to do is read the spells, a little bit of logic and reasoning. Read the spells, know what they do, and you can have all kinds of different spells, all kinds of different loopholes, hacks, as you want to put it. But yeah, I hope this helps, and I hope this makes the game a little bit more enjoyable. There's all kinds of different things you can do in the game, and the main objective there, remember, have some fun. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.